Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be exploring the convergence of modern technologies.
Oh, yeah.
We've got this report here.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty deep, gets into the technical stuff.
Yeah.
But the big takeaway is all these tech trends we hear about all the time.
Right.
They're not just evolving on their own. They're all starting to weave together into something bigger.
Yeah. And you know what's really interesting is it's creating these possibilities that we just hadn't thought of before. And
Right.
it's not just like, okay, we're getting a little bit better at this or that.
Incremental progress, yeah.
It's these technologies amplifying each other
Yeah.
and creating these breakthroughs that you just wouldn't have in isolation.
So imagine this. What if your refrigerator could not only order your groceries,
Okay.
but it could also coordinate with the entire city's power grid
Right.
to make everything more efficient?
Wow.
Or what if AI could actually design a robot that's so energy efficient that it helps fight climate change? I mean, that's the kind of potential we're talking about here.
You know, I think the key to understanding all this is to kind of look beyond these individual technologies like AI or blockchain
Yeah.
and see where they intersect.
Right.
That's where the magic happens.
That's where the magic happens.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what we're going to try to unpack today.
Yeah.
We'll look at some of the most significant convergences.
Okay.
And we'll talk about why it matters to you.
Right.
And what questions you should be asking as all this stuff starts to accelerate.
Yeah, because it's not just cool gadgets. It's about how we live, how we work,
Yeah.
how we interact with the whole world.
It's about our future.
It really is.
All right, so let's start with maybe the one technology that seems to be at the heart of all of this.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence. AI. This report actually calls it the connecting thread.
Yeah.
And it's not hard to see why.
I mean, it's providing the intelligence layer that lets all these other technologies learn and evolve.
Right.
It's like the brains behind the brawn.
The brains behind the brawn.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at some specific examples.
Yeah.
One of the biggest areas is AI and the Internet of Things, IoT.
Right.
And we're all familiar with smart devices, right?
Sure.
But with AI, we're moving beyond just simple connectivity.
Right.
Now it's the era of what they call the intelligent edge.
Yeah, the intelligent edge. So these devices, they're not just collecting data.
Right.
They can process it right there
Right.
on the device itself.
Right on the spot.
Exactly. And that means faster responses,
Yeah.
much greater efficiency, and better privacy.
So our report mentions how Boeing
Okay.
is using AI to do what they call predictive maintenance
Interesting.
for airplanes.
Wow.
And they've reduced downtime by 35%.
So the plane can anticipate problems before they even happen?
Yeah, basically the plane's computer has a hunch something might go wrong.
Wow, that's amazing.
So no more unexpected delays.
I love it.
And this edge AI thing,
Yeah.
it's being used everywhere.
It is.
Google's using it to optimize their data centers.
Oh, wow.
They've cut energy use by 40%.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So, I mean, think about what that could do for our carbon footprint, right?
Yeah.
But also making everyday devices just more responsive and efficient.
Absolutely. And, you know, our source talks about how Singapore is using AI to manage traffic flow. They've reduced congestion by 20%.
Imagine that for your morning commute.
Right?
But making this all work on tiny devices isn't easy.
It's not.
So they're using these techniques like TinyML, which shrinks down these massive AI models to fit on smaller devices.
Right.
They're doing model compression and quantization,
Yeah.
all to make AI work efficiently on these little devices.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so that's AI plus IoT.
Okay.
But this next one really caught me off guard.
Oh.
AI
Yeah.
and blockchain.
Huh.
How do those even go together?
Yeah, AI and this whole decentralized ledger thing.
Yeah, I know.
It seems a little counterintuitive, but they actually work really well together.
Okay.
One key area is smart contracts. So our report explains how AI can actually make those contracts more secure and efficient.
So it's not just about automating contracts.
Yep.
It's about contracts that can learn and adapt and predict problems before they even happen.
Right. Imagine contracts that are constantly evolving to stay ahead of the risks.
Wow.
That's the kind of power this convergence offers.
And then there's this concept of decentralized AI,
Oh, yeah.
which uses blockchain to distribute the training and sharing of AI models.
Yeah. So it's using blockchain to make AI more trustworthy and transparent.
More open.
More open. Exactly.
So it's like taking the power of AI and giving it to everybody, not just big companies.
Exactly. It's about democratizing AI.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Oh.
It's not just about making technology faster or more efficient.
Right.
It's about changing who has access to it
Yeah.
and how it's used.
And that brings up a really important point.
Yeah.
The ethical considerations. As this all gets more powerful and intertwined,
Yeah.
we got to make sure it's being used responsibly for the good of everyone.
Okay, so we've covered AI and IoT
Uh-huh.
and AI and blockchain,
Right.
but there's another convergence we can't ignore.
What's that?
The one that takes us into the realm of science fiction,
Okay.
quantum computing.
Ah, yes, quantum computing.
This is where it gets really mind-bending.
Yeah, it is.
So buckle up, everybody. We're about to take a quantum leap.
I'm ready. It uses these principles of quantum mechanics
Okay.
to solve problems that regular computers just can't,
Right.
like impossible problems.
Yeah.
So it's a whole new level of computing power.
Okay, so quantum computing, I get the basic idea, but it always seemed kind of Star Trek-y to me.
Yeah.
Is this something we should actually be worried about right now?
Well,
Or is it more like a far-off thing?
it's still early,
Okay.
but it's moving fast,
Yeah.
and it's already starting to converge with other technologies.
Okay.
Our report highlights two main areas:
Right.
cybersecurity
Okay.
and artificial intelligence.
Cybersecurity sounds pretty important. What's that?
Yeah.
So what is this quantum threat we hear about?
Basically, quantum computers might be able to break the encryption we use for, like, everything.
So like online banking,
Yeah.
e-commerce, all that stuff.
Protecting all kinds of sensitive data.
But it's like a master key that can unlock any digital vault.
It's a big concern.
Yeah.
That's why there's this global effort to develop what they call post-quantum cryptography.
Okay.
Basically, new encryption that quantum computers can't break.
So we're trying to build a new shield before the quantum sword even falls.
Oh, exactly.
I like that.
And it gets pretty technical.
I bet.
They're exploring all kinds of approaches, like
Yeah.
lattice-based cryptography,
Right.
hash-based signatures, even code-based cryptography.
Those are some big words.
Yeah, but the point is they're working hard to stay ahead of this threat.
Okay. So it's a race,
It is.
but one we can't afford to lose.
Exactly, because if someone cracked our encryption with a quantum computer,
Yeah.
it would be chaos.
It wouldn't just be about protecting individual computers or phones.
No.
It would be about protecting, like, the entire digital world.
Yeah, all the infrastructure we rely on.
Wow.
But here's an interesting twist.
Okay.
Quantum technology can also be used to make cybersecurity better.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was all bad news on the security front.
Well, our source talks about this thing called quantum key distribution.
What is that?
QKD, for short.
Okay.
It's this super secure way to communicate.
Okay.
It uses quantum mechanics to share encryption keys in a way that's basically unhackable.
So instead of trying to make an algorithm no one can break,
Right.
we're using quantum mechanics to make the keys themselves unbreakable.
Exactly.
That's wild.
And it's not just theoretical.
Yeah.
They're already testing it out in finance, healthcare, government, even the military.
Wow, so that's quantum and cybersecurity.
Right.
What about quantum computing and AI?
Oh, now this is where it gets really exciting.
Okay.
So quantum computers could make training AI models super fast, like way faster.
Okay.
So they could tackle problems that regular computers just can't even touch.
Like what kind of problems?
Things like drug discovery, new materials, financial modeling,
Right.
even climate change simulations.
So it's like taking AI from a jog to warp speed.
Exactly.
But are there any limitations?
Well, like with any new tech, there are challenges.
Yeah.
Our source talks about things like noise and errors in quantum systems.
So we've got this powerful engine, but it's still a little bit finicky.
That's a good way to put it.
But I guess the potential benefits are so huge that it's worth it.
Yeah, researchers are really pouring resources into making it happen.
Okay, so we've covered quantum cybersecurity
Right.
and quantum AI.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, this whole report is about how everything is converging.
It is.
Are there any other convergences we should be looking at?
Oh, yeah. It's like this whole web of interconnected advancements.
Okay, so what are some of the key connections that stand out to you?
Well, one is generative AI and cloud computing.
Generative AI, what is that?
That's AI that can create things,
Create things like what?
text, images, even code.
Wow.
And cloud computing makes those tools available to everyone.
So it's like having a team of AI artists and writers at your fingertips.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
And it could really democratize creativity.
Yeah.
Anyone with an internet connection could have access to these powerful tools.
And our report also highlights sustainable technology.
Right.
It seems like that's becoming more and more important.
It really is. Sustainability is no longer just a niche thing.
Right.
It's got to be a core part of everything we do in tech.
So energy-efficient data centers,
Yeah.
eco-friendly robots, making sure our digital lives don't wreck the planet.
Exactly. It's about realizing that tech progress and environmental responsibility have to go together.
Okay, so we've got AI becoming more creative,
Right.
technology becoming more sustainable.
Uh-huh.
What else is going on in this web of connections?
Well, we can't forget about robotics.
Robotics, right? AI in the real world.
Exactly. And with AI, robots are becoming much more than just machines.
Yeah.
They can learn, they can adapt, they can work with humans in more complex ways.
So this could change everything from manufacturing and logistics
Yeah.
to healthcare and even creative fields.
Absolutely.
It sounds like all these convergences are blurring the lines between the digital world and the physical world.
You got it.
And that brings us back to cybersecurity.
Right.
Because the more connected everything is,
Yeah.
the more vulnerable it is.
Exactly. We can't just think about securing one device or one network anymore.
Right.
It's all connected, so we have to think about security in a more holistic way.
So it's like building a city.
Okay.
We have to make sure the whole infrastructure is secure from the ground up.
So it's a great analogy.
Because if one system fails,
Yeah.
the whole thing could crumble.
And as these convergences keep accelerating,
Yeah,
the stakes just get higher and higher.
right. The potential for good and bad
Exactly.
grows exponentially.
It does.
Okay, so we've covered a lot.
Yeah.
AI and IoT,
Yeah.
AI and blockchain, quantum computing, robotics,
Yeah.
cybersecurity, sustainability.
It's a lot.
It is. But the key takeaway is that these aren't just isolated events.
Right.
This is a much bigger trend.
It is.
We're seeing a fundamental shift in how tech is being developed
Yeah.
and used.
Towards more interconnectedness, more intelligence, more complexity.
And that means we have to ask the right questions.
We do.
So let's shift gears a bit
Okay.
and talk about the bigger picture.
All right.
What does all this mean for the future?
Well, the implications are huge. They touch everything. How we work, how we learn, how we communicate, how we interact with the world.
Yeah.
But I think there are three main areas we should focus on.
Okay.
The economic impact,
Okay.
the societal impact, and the ethical implications.
Okay, so let's start with the economic impact.
Right.
How is all this going to affect jobs and businesses?
Well, one of the biggest things is the job market. Automation driven by AI and robotics is going to keep changing things.
So some jobs will disappear.
Inevitably.
And new ones will emerge.
Right. The key will be adaptability and learning new skills.
So it's not necessarily about robots taking our jobs.
Right.
It's about humans and robots working together.
Exactly. We're moving towards this world where humans and machines collaborate.
Okay.
Each using their strengths.
So we need to be willing to adapt.
Yes.
And learn new things.
And focus on skills that are uniquely human.
Look what?
Things like creativity, critical thinking, problem solving, emotional intelligence.
Okay, so the future of work might look very different.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be a bad thing.
It doesn't.
It's about adapting.
And this adaptation isn't just for workers. It's for businesses and governments too.
So we need to be thinking about how to support workers, how to invest in education and training, and how to create policies that promote innovation while making sure everyone benefits.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's the economic impact. What about the societal impact?
So this is how these convergences will affect our lives beyond just work.
So like healthcare, education,
transportation,
all of that's going to be transformed.
Okay, so give me some specific examples.
Well, in healthcare,
Yeah.
we're already seeing this rise of personalized medicine
Okay.
driven by AI. So imagine a world where your healthcare is tailored to you,
To my DNA.
to your DNA,
And my lifestyle.
your lifestyle,
Wow.
where AI can help doctors diagnose diseases earlier and robots can assist with surgeries.
That sounds straight out of science fiction.
It does.
What about education?
So in education, we're seeing this shift towards personalized learning.
Okay.
So AI tutors can provide customized instruction.
Right.
Adaptive platforms can adjust to your pace.
Yeah.
And virtual reality can create these immersive learning environments. So instead of one-size-fits-all education,
Right.
we could have a system that's tailored to each student.
Exactly. It's about letting everyone reach their full potential.
What about transportation?
Well, we've all heard about self-driving cars.
Right.
But that's just the beginning.
Okay.
Imagine smart traffic systems that reduce congestion Cities where electric vehicles and ride-sharing are seamlessly integrated.
Yeah.
Drones delivering packages, even providing medical services in remote areas.
So it's a complete transformation of how we get around.
It is.
But with all this amazing tech, there are also potential downsides.
Right.
Ethical considerations.
Absolutely.
So privacy, bias, transparency, accountability.
All of that.
The potential for misuse.
It's crucial that we consider all of that.
So it's not just about building cool tech.
No.
It's about making sure it's used responsibly.
Responsibly and ethically.
For good.
For the good of everyone.
Okay, so our source material asks this really interesting question. Which of these convergences will have the biggest impact on humanity in the next 10 years?
That's a tough one.
I know, right?
The future is full of surprises.
So how do we even begin to make sense of all this?
Well, I mean, it's like we're at this crossroads.
Yeah, with so many different paths.
So many paths. It's exciting, but also kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, a little bit of both. So let's play a game.
Okay.
If you had to pick one convergence that you think will have the biggest impact in the next decade,
okay,
which one would you choose?
Oh, man, that is tough.
I know.
But if I had to pick just one, I'd say it's the convergence of AI, the Internet of Things.
Oh, okay.
Edge computing and cloud computing.
So all of that together.
All of that together, yeah. It's creating this world of intelligent systems that can operate on their own.
Yeah.
Learn from their surroundings and make decisions in real time.
So it's like the brains of AI.
Yeah.
Combined with the senses of IoT.
Exactly.
And all powered by edge and cloud computing.
You got it.
It's a powerful combination.
It is, and it's already changing industries and our daily lives in big ways.
So like, where are we seeing this in action?
Well, think about smart cities. Imagine a city where traffic just flows smoothly. Energy use is optimized.
Right.
Waste management is all automated.
Yeah.
Public safety is enhanced. And it's all thanks to this network of sensors and devices and AI systems.
So the city can basically think for itself.
It's like it has a mind of its own.
Constantly adapting.
Right.
Making things better for everyone.
Yeah. And it's not just cities.
Oh.
This is happening in manufacturing, too.
Right.
Imagine factories where robots and humans work together, where production lines can adjust to changes instantly.
Wow.
And supply chains are super efficient.
And sustainable.
Sustainable, exactly.
So we're talking about a more responsive, resilient, efficient world.
That's what it's all about.
And it even extends to our homes.
It does.
Like imagine a home that knows what you need.
Okay.
Adjusts the temperature and lighting for you. Orders groceries before you run out.
Yeah.
Even gives you personalized entertainment recommendations.
Okay, so it sounds like this convergence of AI, IoT, edge, and cloud has the potential to touch every part of our lives.
It does.
But what about the other convergences?
Well, they're all important, like blockchain, AI, and quantum computing.
Right.
That could create a world where security and trust are built into everything.
So, like unhackable financial transactions.
Yes.
Tamper-proof supply chains. No more identity theft.
It's a whole new level of trust.
And then there's robotics, AI, and sustainable technology.
Yeah.
Like robots that can solve environmental problems, like cleaning up pollution, planting trees, building sustainable infrastructure.
Exactly, and working alongside humans to do it.
So it's not just about progress for the sake of progress.
Yeah.
It's about progress that aligns with our values, with what we want the future to look like.
Exactly.
And that brings us to a really crucial point.
What's that?
All these convergences come with responsibilities.
Right.
They have to think about the ethical implications, the risks, and make sure these advancements benefit everyone, not just a few.
It's a lot to think about.
It is.
But it's also incredibly inspiring.
Yeah. It feels like we're on the verge of something amazing.
Like a new era where technology can help us solve some of the world's biggest problems.
Right.
And create a better future for everyone.
A more sustainable future.
A more equitable future.
A more prosperous future.
Remember, the future isn't something that just happens to us.
We make it happen.
Through our choices.
Our actions.
And our willingness to have these tough conversations.
About how technology fits into our lives.
So to everyone listening out there, we have a challenge for you.
Okay.
Think about the convergences we talked about today. Which one resonates with you the most?
Yeah.
What are the potential benefits?
And the challenges.
How do you see all of this shaping your life?
And the world in the years to come.
Because the future is a blank canvas.
And we all have a brush.
We all have a part to play in creating the masterpiece.
That's a great way to put it.
Let's make it a future worth striving for.
So on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive into the convergence of modern technologies.
It's been a journey.
It has been.
But remember, knowledge is power.
Absolutely.
The more we understand about the world,
the better prepared we are for whatever comes next.
Exactly.
So thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.